Welcome back to the Moto Experience. My name is Jackson. I'm here in Rocky Mountain State Park in Utah, USA. Finally filming a video that I've wanted to make for 8 or 9 months and just never got around to making. I'm going to show you the gear and equipment that I use to film my videos and to record audio. I get a lot of people asking, what camera am I using? What microphone am I using? Where do I place my microphone? So right now I'm going to show you the cameras that I use, how I mount them on my helmet, what microphone I use, where I mount it on my backpack, etc. What filters I use, what I bring with me in my camera bag. I'm going to try to keep this quick and simple so I can get home before the sun sets. Let's start with cameras. The camera that I mount on my helmet and on different parts of my motorcycle is a DJI Osmo Action 4. I bought this used off of Facebook Marketplace for $200. It came with a pack of 3 batteries and a pack of ND filters, which I'll talk about in a little bit. The Osmo Action 4 is a fantastic camera. I know it's not the newest Osmo Action camera, but it does great. I shoot in 4K, 24 FPS, and 16:9 aspect ratio. 99% of the time, I shoot in a manual exposure that I set for that day, for that ride. The lighting's always changing, depending on how sunny it is, how cloudy it is. If I'm in a dense forest, if I'm in a kind of city environment, it's always changing. So you kind of just gotta set your settings to what looks good for that day. But my go-to exposure is 1/50 for shutter speed and 100 to 200 ISO. If it's a little darker, I'd maybe do 100, 400, maybe 100, 800, but that's my go-to. 1/50, 100 to 200. For this color setting, I keep it on the normal 10-bit. The D-Log M just gives me more work to do in post, so I keep it on normal. The FOV I set to ultra wide, so I can get the full width of my handlebars plus a little extra. It does distort the image a little bit, adds a little curve to it. So in whatever editing software you use, you can decrease the curve to combat that. I do it sometimes, especially if I'm shooting in a 9:16, like a portrait aspect ratio, and the curve is way more noticeable. So I might decrease the curve in post-production. When I have my microphone connected via Bluetooth to this camera, I use the in-camera settings to decrease the gain by 4 or 6 decibels, maybe 8, by setting it to -4, -6, -8. Just depends on how windy it is, how fast I'm gonna be riding. Again, figure out what works best for you. If you want to just plug and play, do -6 decibels on your microphone. The microphone I use is a DJI Mic 2. Also not the newest microphone from DJI, but it is my favorite microphone from DJI. I clip and magnet it onto the outside of my camera backpack or a hip pack if I'm not bringing my full camera bag. When I was first trying to figure out my audio setup, I used a couple different microphones, was trying to place the microphone under the seat, in a pocket, in a coat pocket, inside the backpack, and it never sounded right. There was always some ruffling noises from being inside of a pocket, or too much noise from being underneath the seat, or maybe the sound was just muffled because it was inside of something. So I found that having the microphone on the outside of the backpack gave it the cleanest, most crisp audio I've ever heard. It sounds so good. If you watch or listen to any of my videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. I also have a DJI Mic Mini, which I primarily use with my Sony camera, but I sometimes will place it inside of my helmet if I'm gonna be talking while riding. Both of these DJI microphones can connect via Bluetooth to my Osmo Action 4 and any other modern action camera. Some things that I always bring with me and use on almost every ride, I keep inside of this drone carrying case. In this little bag, I keep spare batteries for my action camera. I keep the ND filters for my action camera, the ND filters for my drone, and my drone controller and batteries for my drone. Now let's talk about ND filters. An ND filter does not create the motion blur on its own. It decreases the amount of light coming through the lens into the camera, so I can set my camera to a slower shutter speed, which is what creates the motion blur. I really like how this motion blur looks. My mom finds it nauseating. I think it looks awesome. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel or just happen to watch any of the videos where I'm riding with my brothers, we communicate using headsets inside of our helmets. And we've all opted to use the budget version of the Cardo or the Sina. This is the EJAS V4 Plus. You can get it on AliExpress for like $40. That is so cheap compared to how much the Cardos and all those other headsets are. The range isn't the best. You really gotta have line of sight with the other person that you're trying to talk to, but the audio sounds great. They connect super easy. Dude, if you're looking for a budget in-helmet communication device, this is the way to go. You can pair it with your phone, listen to music, get turn-by-turn directions. It's awesome. I will be using this in Japan to get turn-by-turn directions because I'm honestly gonna be so lost riding in Japan. For off-bike shots, I use this Sony ZV-E10 with a Sigma 30mm f1.4 lens. I got this camera earlier this year and I love it. It is awesome. It does have an APS-C sensor, so it isn't a full frame, but dude, it looks so good. I love it. And because I have a hard time getting a steady shot with just my hands, I often mount it on this DJI Ronin RS3 Mini. There are a few different ways you could mount a camera onto your helmet, but my favorite mounts by far are from a company called Chin Mounts. They 3D print mounts made specifically for your helmet, and they have thousands of mounts available for thousands of different helmets. Go to their website, see if they have your helmet. They probably do. Stick that sucker on there, let it cure for 24 hours, and your camera's in the best position it could be in. All right, I think that about does it with my basic motovlogging equipment and gear. You really just need a camera and a microphone and somewhere to put those two. That's really all you need, and a motorcycle, obviously. Eventually, I will make a video showing how I compile and edit my videos, but I don't want to do that right now, so you're gonna have to wait for that. In 3 weeks, I will be riding motorcycles around southern Japan, mainly on the island of Kyushu and Yakushima. I am so excited for this trip. It's gonna be so fun, so much good riding, so many cool things to see. It's gonna be awesome. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next video.